Hi guys. So, there's nothing like a good revenge movie. And have you ever noticed how many revenge movies there are? Or revenge TV shows, or like they're always showing revenge scenarios on TV. It's kind of odd, isn't it? Especially considering revenge is a big, fat no-no spiritually. On a spiritual level, if somebody does you harm or does something mean or bad to you in any way, shape, or form, and you want to get away from them, that is exactly what you do. You get away from them. It is not correct to take revenge on somebody who has hurt you. And the reason is because God and the angels and the energy, it's just a natural phase. It's a natural thing that the universe does for people, for humans, for whoever. It's karma. Karma is revenge. And they dish it out. They look at it. They determine who deserves it, who doesn't deserve it. You know, spiritual court. Yeah, they have a spiritual court. And they determine whether or not somebody is supposed to get revenge or get karma. If somebody should get revenge, in spirit, it's called karma. Good karma is called dharma. But you don't really have to use dharma. I mean, you can say karma, good karma, or bad karma. Anyway, the point is, if somebody cheats on you, beats you, treats you poorly, treats you bad, you are not supposed to take revenge. You are not supposed to plot revenge. You are not supposed to think about revenge. You are supposed to focus on forgiveness. Not forgiveness for that person, but forgiveness so that you do not constantly replay it. When you have effectively forgiven somebody, you will literally forget about the incident. I don't know if you've ever done this, but there's times where you'll like think of somebody, or maybe somebody will be talking to somebody about the past, you know, like maybe you run into an old schoolmate or something, and you're talking about the past and you're reminiscing about friends and boyfriends and all that kind of stuff, and somebody will say, you know, whatever happened to so-and-so, and how come you don't talk to that person anymore? How come, you know, they're not around? And you go, like you can't remember. You literally cannot remember why you don't talk to that person anymore. Well, the reason is because you have literally forgiven them. You forgave them. Now you might be able to recall why you stopped talking to them, and you might remember the issue, but it won't have the same emotional impact. It'll just be like, well, whatever, you know, they screwed me over. God, weren't they a horrible person? Why did I ever put up with that ish? And you won't feel it the way you felt it when it happened, or a year afterwards. And it happens perfectly subtle. It's not like there's no big red banner flashing saying you forgot, you forgave, you forgot, you forgave. But that's what it is. Once you completely forgive somebody, you forget about the whole and entire incident. So working on forgiving that person, because it's really hard to forgive that person a lot of times, especially if they've done some really bad stuff to you. It's difficult to forgive. So you work on forgiving that person, and you're not forgiving them for them. You're not forgiving them to make anything easier on them. You're forgiving them so that you don't torture yourself thinking about the incident. The point is, you want to forgive to forget so that you can move on with your life and not hold any anger or animosity or any kind of bad feelings towards that other person. Well, if you're plotting somebody's revenge, if somebody's done something to you and it was really bad, and you are thinking about how to, dish out revenge, well, you can't forgive them. You can't forgive them, and you can't forget, and you can't move on. You are stuck in this place of revenge. So you're not only you're damaging yourself, because the person that hurt you has no idea you're plotting your revenge on them. They're off doing whatever they're doing. They're living their life. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about the revenge that you're plotting. You are consumed with revenge. And you're thinking about how you're going to get this person back, when you're supposed to be focusing on how you're going to forgive them so that you can move along with your life and forget about what they're doing. Because they're probably not thinking about what they did to you. They might think about it every once in a while. They might feel guilt about it. Maybe, maybe not. Less and less these days. People don't really feel guilty, but they may feel some guilt. They may feel some remorse. They may wish that they hadn't done it. But for the most part, they're not going to be focusing on it. But you are going to be focusing on it if you are in revenge mode. And what Spirit and the universe is saying is, let that go. You don't have to dish out revenge. What you have to do is heal. You have to heal, and you have to forgive. Those are your jobs. The revenge and the karma and the paybacks, that is God and Spirit's job. And they will get it. They will get it. You may not see it. You may not be a witness to it. But that's part of the forgiveness. You go about your business knowing that karma has been dealt with, or this person has been dealt with through karma. Sometimes it takes a little while. It might take a little while. I've seen where it's been very fast, and then I've seen other instances where it's been very slow. I've also seen instances where people will think that maybe they did bad things to somebody who does dark magic or black magic or something along those lines, because they think that the person that they hurt knows that they hurt them and isn't working on forgiveness but is working on revenge, and they're sending karma to them. But that is most likely your guides. That is most likely God. God and your guides, guardian angels, all of them, they are plotting. Even your ancestors are plotting revenge. And that revenge could come in waves. It could come in one wave after another wave, after another wave, after another wave. And if they're especially evil, then like they've done bad things to multiple people, then their spiritual protection will be removed. Their own guides will step back and say, I'm not protecting this person anymore. There are people who are so screwed up in what they do to other people that they lose their protection. They don't have anybody protecting them in spirit. But in spirit means that they're being protected on earth. So if somebody is really bad, they can have like their spiritual protection removed, where their guides can't even protect them. Their guardian cannot protect them. They all have to like just throw up their hands and walk away. And other entities, other spiritual entities can be dishing out karma. And when they're dishing out karma and there's no spiritual protection, it's just a free-for-all. And if they have done a lot of bad, it can be one thing after another thing, after another thing, after another thing. And spirit gets to a point where we're done. We have done everything that we can possibly do. This person is hopeless. That's when you know you're going to hell. You're not coming back. You're not going to heaven. No, you are not. I used to think that everyone went to heaven. I was so spiritually goody two-shoes and naive that I thought everybody went to heaven. There's really no bad. That was back in the days where I was avoiding seeing the dark side. You do not ever want to dismiss or make yourself believe that there isn't a dark side. There was a saying that said something like the devil's greatest trick was making people believe that he didn't exist. And that is the truth. And it's not so much that I think people don't think that the devil exists. I think a lot of people just don't want the ugly. For me, it was kind of like, I don't want to bring the dark side near me because I don't want it to affect me, and I really don't know how to deal with it. But I was bringing the dark side to myself my whole life. It was just in human form. It wasn't in spirit form. So I was kind of blindly or naively bouncing through my life like the dark didn't exist. And that was a bad move. I'm telling you, that was a very, very bad move. So if you're kind of going through life and you don't think much about the devil and you don't think much about the dark energies and you don't think much about people getting karma and, all that negative kind of stuff, you need to face it. You need to look at it. You need to face it. You need to learn about it because it is active in your life, whether you are acknowledging it or not. I thought, if I just ignore the dark, it probably won't exist. No. Ignoring the dark makes you a victim to it. That's what happens. You have no idea. You have no idea how much you're being affected by the dark in a day. And it's getting worse and worse. Like, I can't believe I get up in the morning. I don't usually look at my phone like right away, but so at some point in the morning, I will look at my phone. And I kind of do a little, scroll on one app and my email, and I pay attention to what the titles are. more than I actually read articles or, dig into it. And I do that because I'm trying to see what the energy is for the day, or what the energy is at that time. There's many times where the energy will shift back and forth throughout the day. But sometimes you'll look through something and it'll be like, oh, it's really good positive energy. And other times it's really dark. It's really dark. So don't waste time plotting revenge on somebody who hurt you. Just simply walk away. That simply walking away quietly, calmly, you don't want to make a scene, you don't want to write a letter, you don't want to, get up at, get on a podium and let the person have it. You don't want to go and talk to all your friends. No, you want to You want to be very, very quiet. You want to walk away from the person. You want to get away from them, and get away from them good. Don't let them back in, ever. If somebody has hurt you one time, do not let them back in. I don't care if it was something that they said, something that they did. A lot of times there will be like little tests before a main event. So like somebody will say something rude to you, or say something rude to somebody else, and that somebody else says something to you about that. No, don't fall for that. If somebody says something rude to you, chances are they're not your friend, and you need to cut them off. Don't wait around for them to do it again. Don't think they might have been having a bad day, they were kind of pissed off at their mom, or they were kind of pissed off at their boyfriend or their wife or their husband. We'll see how things go. No, cut them off. Cut them off right now. Because if they've done it once, they're gonna do it again. If it's like a situation where they cheated on you, they're gonna do it again. If they physically hurt you, mentally hurt you, something like that, walk away, because they're gonna do it again. Sorry. And once you've walked away, you don't talk to them anymore, you don't email them, if they email you, you don't acknowledge it. You do not acknowledge it. You ignore them. You are not interested in fixing it. And you don't need to have a conversation with them. Don't take their phone calls. Don't text them. Don't email them. If they're on social media, block them. Just block them. Plain and simple. Walk away and block them. And I don't care if it's your last friend on earth. All the better. If it's the last person that you are friends with, that's really good, because good things are coming. Good things are coming. When you are down to your last one, the job is almost done, and your life is about to change in a huge way. So don't worry about revenge. Don't worry about fixing it. Don't worry. If I could tell you how many people I have let go in my life, and I spent so much time trying to decide how I was going to fix it, putting effort into trying to fix it, when I wasn't the one that caused the damage in the first place. Do not do it. And everybody will tell you when you're young that you need to fix it. That, these are your friends. You can't ditch your friends. Bull. Bull. I would say ditch your friends in like 10th grade. Get rid of them all. Don't even hang on to them because you're going to outgrow them. You're going to outgrow them. You're not going to know them. How many of your friends that you went to kindergarten or high school or grade school or high school or any of that you still talk to today? I'll bet you none. I had one, and I actually tried to revive the friendship only to realize that nothing had changed. And I dumped her like a potato. I don't even want to talk to her again. I do not want to have a conversation with that girl. I don't want to talk to her. Nothing happened. We didn't have a fight. She just treated me exactly the way she treated me when we were kids. And seriously, it came from some kind of insecurity on her part. And she obviously, 40 years later, couldn't get over that insecurity because she started doing exactly the same thing she did to me when we were kids. And that is not a friend. I'm sorry, that's not a friend. And nobody should be taking time out of their day or out of their week or out of their year to correct or mend a friendship that wasn't a friendship in the first place. Let it go. Find new friends. Better yet, don't even look for them. Just do your thing by yourself, and eventually those friends who are supposed to be with you, the ones that are going to be true blue, and they're going to be the ones that love you from the beginning to the end, and they don't leave you, those people will find you. You don't have to put any effort into it. And maybe you'll be lonely for a little while, but you know what? That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being lonely. There is nothing wrong with being alone. You get amazing clarity about who you are and what you want when you take time out for you. So don't worry about mending relationships. Don't worry about fixing things. If it's supposed to be fixed, the Most High will fix it. If it's not supposed to be fixed, then you'll just sail right along, forgive them for whatever it was that they did, and you will meet new people. And if you live the rest of your life alone, that's okay too, because you will figure out how to do that, and you will figure out how to enjoy it. But really, nobody does. Nobody does. You may go through a period of loneliness, like right now. There's a lot of people who are single. They're single, they're alone, they're feeling lonely because they don't know how to deal with it. But it's the Most High. Most High is conditioning you, getting you ready. It's not about abandonment. It's not about being alone. It's about enjoying the quiet, enjoying the peace, because something really big and really busy is getting ready to happen, and they want to make sure that you are well rested and ready for it. So don't worry about revenge, guys. Just go about your business, work on forgiveness, and let the universe and the Most High take care of whatever's going to happen. Just let things happen. You don't have to control anything or anybody. Love and blessings.